Hey, how you doing? I'm Victor, and I'm here today to talk to you about Steam Capsules. What are they? I'll explain to you just a second. This is Steam. In case you don't know it, biggest game selling platform in the world. Let's click a random game. What did I just click? An image. And what did it open? A page. And this page has, look, here in the background, an image too. And here, in this little thing here, the right above the description, what do we have? An image. If I were to just search this game up, Battlefield 4. Have you ever heard of it? Maybe you did. Let's see, Battlefield 4. Look what showed up! Look what showed up! Another image. All of these images, in let's say Warframe. Warframe? Right here. You see, I just clicked another image. And here, a banner, which contains an image and a logo. And if we click here to go to the store page, another time, we have here an image. And if I were to search another rectangle here, an image. This pack of images, this big pack of images, is a Steam Capsule. All of these images together, they're called a Steam Capsule. So, you can imagine a capsule. Do I have any capsules near me? Okay, no, I don't have any capsules near me. That's unfortunate. This is unedited, hate to say that word, unedited and unprepared video, so I don't have a capsule here, but it's a pack of things. You have the images in there, okay? So yeah, all of these images are going to be necessary if you want to have a game on Steam. Why? Because you don't want it to be just a gray square. If you go to Steam with your game and it's just a gray square, it looks more like a virus than an actual game. So you want to be getting images. And now, if you're gonna buy it, you're gonna pay someone to do it, if you're gonna do it yourself, you'll need some information, and that's why I am here. I'm here to give you all the instructions if you wanna buy a Steam Capsule. How do I go about that? What are the things you should know? Where should you go after it? What are good tips to find good artists? I got you covered on that. And if you're here to make a Steam Capsule, I hope to give you some nice tips too. They're gonna be kind of weaved between each other because they are, again, part of the same thing. If you buy it, you're gonna buy it because the person knows how to do it, and if you know how to do it, well, you know what the person who's gonna buy it will need. So let's go. Why should you get a Steam Capsule? First of all, I'll link a video down here for one of my clients. Oh, I should have explained that before. I am a Steam Capsule artist. I have done 10 Steam Capsules before, and the first one I ever did was for a game called The SS Destiny Disaster. Let me show you right here. Great game, you should get it. I'm not sure. Here. The SS Destiny Disaster. Again, you see, I have it. Great game. Capsule, this image, everything that you have here. Let's see it on my library here. A game I worked on. I did the capsule. I did the logo. And so, yeah, that's where I'm coming from. So I'm coming from a Steam Capsule artist point of view. I haven't worked on a game. That's why I'm going to recommend it. The creator of the SS Destiny Disaster, Mars and Fire, after they hired me, after they had the first experience, the first few months of, sharing the game and seeing how the capsule affected their work, they actually recorded a video. This is not a tie-in video, because I'm doing it like 6 months after. I didn't even know I was going to do this. But they made a video about what the experience was. They talked about how much it helped them get more wish lists. They tell about how much it helps people know what the game is about before they even see the prints, before they even see the gameplay trailers. So that is very important. The Steam Capsule is the first impression. It is the hook you're going to be throwing into Steam to try and get people to come to your game. It is the first thing a lot of people are going to see about your game. So it is a very important thing. And that is why it's such an important decision to know. Should I make my own? Should I hire someone? Well, if you know you can do something of high quality, go ahead, do it yourself. If you don't have the resources to hire someone to do it, go ahead, do it yourself. Having something you made with a lot of love is way better than having nothing at all and not releasing the game. So do what you can. Should I hire someone to do it? Well, it is a great option. There is another thing. We are in 2025. We are in, more specifically, June of 2025. What do we have in 2025 that maybe in 2020 we didn't have so much access or wasn't so good? We have AI art. And it is an option for Steam Capsules if you are not able to hire someone to do it. A lot of people are going to say, well, Steam AI art has gotten as good as artist art. There is no reason to hire an artist. Hold up. It's not really like that. Steam Capsules specifically are a very tricky type of art to make. And specifically for AI, it can be very non-ideal to use AI, and I'm gonna explain why, but we're gonna get there. So when I talk about the production process, you'll see how AI doesn't fit really well here. You can, if you're doing it yourself, use AI as a base, and then try to use some image manipulation tools. It might not look too good, but sometimes it's what you have, you know? I am an artist, I do it by hand, and I will not be judging anyone who just can't go have an artist to do it for them. I understand it. I'm not in the place to judge anybody. I know there are legal questions and everything about AI. I think Steam has a few problems with AI too, but again, that is not my place to speak. I mean, it might be, but I don't care about it. If you need it, use it. Get that topic out of the way. Okay, let's say you want to hire somebody to do your Steam Capsule. I will talk about doing the Steam Capsule after we're done with it, but it's gonna be interweaved again, so don't really skip, because I might be saying stuff here that's gonna be important for you too. You wanna hire it? Okay, first thing, how much will it cost? How much does it cost to get a Steam Capsule professionally made? It can range from $10 to $1,000 to, adapt it to your own currency. I'm not a standard dollar user, but it's what I do for most of my clients because it's typically the easier to communicate currency. But yeah, there are artists on all levels, and some artists are gonna be charging a lot and some are going to be charging a little, and that has to do with their experience. That has to do with how they got to working on Steam Capsules. It has got to do with a lot of things. Not always does an expensive Steam Capsule mean a better Steam Capsule, but typically more expensive prices come from more experienced artists. So the more a person has worked in their life, they're likely to be charging more. That's just the truth. But now you might be asking me, okay, you gave us, you basically said no answer and all answers at the same time, and I did. How much is a good price range? Where is the cost-benefit ratio the best? I would say that from like $150 up, you start to get some nice work. It's really hard to get below that line just because it's going to be coming from a lot of people who might either be doing too much work, like good people who are doing too much work and might not be able to give you the attention you need, or they're coming from way too inexperienced artists. Maybe they're going to give you some trouble. I don't know. It's not a rule. You can find super cheap artists that are good. They're gonna do a good job. It's not a determinate factor, but that's the truth. And then you got, I want a premium thing. How much should I pay for it? above the $300, $500, you start to get some more premium work, a lot of more people who have experience with the thing, but work with the budget you have. Where do you find the artist is the next question, so I'm gonna be weaving these two things together again. Where do you get an artist for your Steam Capsule? Well, the main place you're gonna see people going to is Reddit. We have this community here, Game Dev Classifieds. We also have Hungry Artists. Two great places to go. Very well moderated communities. It's really hard to be scammed here. There are people of all levels, but have good communication, have a contract if you want. Be safe. Anywhere you are is gonna work. So what you're gonna do is either you're gonna search here, see the people who are sharing their work, who are giving their prices and stuff, and see if you find someone you like. If that's not what you have, or if you just want to be sure that anyone who's gonna hire you knows what they're doing, and you want to be just people who are really interested to reach out, then you might be wanting to create a post. You'll create a post with the hiring tag, to hiring, like this. Yeah, it's with the square brackets thing. So you're gonna create a hiring. I want a Steam Capsule artist, and most importantly, you put your budget here. Most of these places require you to put the budget, but even if they don't, that's a good point. If you don't put a budget, maybe it's gonna be hard for people to know whether or not they should apply. But if you have $150 to spend, write down $150. If you have $300, $300. Pretty basic. Say I'm looking for a Steam Capsule. My project is you share as much as you want. Sometimes you don't want to share much. Sometimes you don't have any problem sharing it. Share as much as you can. My project is a dark fantasy world, a roguelike that has RTS mechanics. I don't know. You write about the game you're making and let people come to you. Or another option, you come here to ArtStation. This is my portfolio, and this is a website that you're very likely to find if you're looking for a Steam Capsule, because a lot of people who are going to reply to you here on Game Dev Classifieds or on Hungry Artists are people who have ArtStations and are going to send their ArtStation link. So the person sending you an ArtStation link or Behance link, that's their portfolio likely. The other option, you can search here, Steam Capsule on ArtStation. That's my recommendation because it's the website where most actual illustrators are working. And you'll see here a lot of arts with logos and stuff. Look, great work here from Daniel Nice. Steam Capsule work. You'll see here, you'll see that people are working, and you will pick an artist that you like. I think about price, we got everything covered, but that's essentially it. Be honest about your price so you have honest responses, and you can see that everyone that answered to you is actually interested. Or if you're gonna go up to them, once you go up to them, you can already say your price. It's usually better for you if you say your price, because then an artist knows how much they should charge. Sometimes they're even able to work for less than they might be putting out there, and then you get to them like, hey, I just have $300. Is it possible? And they might say yes, they might say no. Let them know. So it's usually good to be open about your budget. Okay, let's say you go with the option of looking for somebody on ArtStation, or maybe you received a lot of applications here. What should you do next? Let's say 100 people applied to your post, and that is a realistic number. Okay, a lot of people are gonna reply to your post. What should you look for? Well, first thing, obviously, if a person has done Steam Capsule work before, that's pretty safe bet. They've done quite a few. Like I have 4 here on my portfolio, and I've done 10 in my lifetime. That's a good sign. They've done it before. But that's not the only sign, because maybe out of the 100 people, 5 of them had Steam Capsules. And out of those, only one of them actually have a style that you like, or actually have examples of styles that you like. But there are 10 other artists that didn't have Steam Capsules in their portfolio and you like them. Which one should you pick? And here, you, Mr. Person Artist that is watching this video, this tip also works if you want to create a Steam Capsule portfolio piece. The tip is, whether you're doing a portfolio piece or whether you're hiring somebody who's gonna do a Steam Capsule, great Steam Capsules have great readability. That means when they're tiny, you still understand them. And the main thing the easiest thing that you're gonna find that makes that viable is contrast. You know? Dark things in front of bright things in front of dark things. Here, see? Bright thing, dark thing. Dark thing, bright thing. Bright thing, dark thing. Even though this is a soccer game, which we have a lot of. Oh, this is actually a great capsule, even for a football thing. Okay? Dark thing, bright thing. Dark thing, bright thing. Dark thing, bright thing. See? It's pretty simple. This great contrast is what helps people understand. So if you, let's see, they like to. Special thing to mention here. Some big IPs might just have text here when I do this. So Dying Light, you see, it's just text. For more beginner projects, for your first game, you might want to have something, some type of image here, okay? Because just the text can sometimes be interesting, but it's not always enough. But for big IPs, sometimes that's all you need, just to be readable. But here, Ready or Not. Ready or Not is one of the best examples for prime work. It's a dark in front of dark, but since the background is completely black and the character here has a lot of highlights, you still see it well. What you see? Dark thing in front of bright thing. CS2, very dark, light background with dark figures, so that makes it very readable from far. So when you're looking through the artist portfolios, or if you're an artist, you want to see people that really have this contrast set down. So, very dark character in front of very bright thing. Very dark character in front of very bright thing. Here, I even broke perspective so I could have this bright thing right behind them. So, this great use of silhouettes and very clear things is good. Maybe you're not super used to seeing this type of stuff and you might have a hard time. What you can do, zoom out as much as you can, stand away from your desk and then look at it and see, yeah, I can still understand those images. So great. This person can work good compositions that work from afar. That is probably the most important thing. And if they work well with this, then likely, oh shit, I clicked Google Lens. If they work on this pretty well. Damn, how do I turn off Google Lens? Help. Oh, there's a, okay. So, from there, just, see the styles you like and pick from there. It's a lot of personal taste, but the technical thing is just have it readable from afar. Second tip, if they have Steam Capsule projects on their portfolio, check out the actual Steam pages. So let's say you were looking at my portfolio and you saw the SS Destiny Disaster here. Open that project on Steam, see if you like it. If they have a demo, take the demo. Why? Because let's see, the SS Destiny Disaster has a demo. So when you click it and you play it, you can just download it. But most importantly, it's gonna go to your library, so you'll be able to see everything applied. Even though it's just a demo, you'll be able to see the thing here. But when you click to add to library, here, you're gonna see it here, and you're gonna be able to, if you play it like for 2 minutes, it's going to be showing up here on your initial page, so you can see it here too. That's a good way to see the game. Sometimes they'll not have it, and it's okay. If they haven't done it before, doesn't mean they're bad. You can also go to their project here, ArtStation. Most of the time, people are going to be doing projects, see what they did. See how it looks. See their process. The process is very important. And this also helps you see whether they are using AI. And I'll show you in a second why AI is not very ideal for this type of project. Again, ignoring all the moral stuff. Just from a objective production thing, this is, again, June 2025. I don't know if AI is going to be much more practical to do this in a year, in two. Ask me then. So here. This is one of the projects I did for Lamp Talk Studios. Amazing guys. Here. Very good. You can see all the things. Very important, okay? Very important. If you see a page like this on the person's portfolio, okay? There are a few of these that are the most important. So, this here. This tiny one. It is the one that shows up when people are writing the name of their game. So maybe, we got here, you went to write Black Myth Wukong, or actually Black Desert, again. Black Desert, and then, shit, another game. I don't know this, Black Myth Wukong. See, another game. A person casually searching for Black Desert could find Black Myth and be interested. Check that game out. So here is one of the avenues people are gonna see. Good? Good. So this one is very important. This second one is the one that shows up to your store. And being also, besides just showing up here when you're browsing, it might also be on the page. I'm not able to get out of this page then. Here. See, you clicked it here, and it's going to be here. So while the person is browsing your page, while they are seeing your process here, they're going to be looking at this too. So it is their companion. It is the art that will be with them as they navigate your page. So it is also a very important one. Now, if you want to see the other ones that show up the most are the vertical ones. So they're important, but they're more important for people who already bought your game. They're just to give that premium feeling when people got it. And the horizontal ones, this one specifically, because they're the ones that are going to be when the person's exploring the feed. So that's it. Check out their applications, check out their process, and I will talk about the process now, and I will be giving more tips for the people who are making it. But if you're buying a Steam Capsule, if you're going after it and you want to know better what to expect of the process and how to direct somebody, maybe you're hiring somebody who never worked on a Steam Capsule, and you want to get them doing one. Here, I'll be giving a little bit of a guide. You can guide them, or you can just send them the link to this video. Before I start that, a few observations that are important. Everything that exists prior to the capsule is important for you to share with your artists. So, if you're hiring somebody to do it, and you already have character designs, share them. They're gonna make the thing much better. For example, this is the Wizard's Capsule, one of the most recent I worked on. This character was already modeled by the incredible Lucas Marquez. So it's great. I already have the design, and here it was. I just had to apply it to the art. So was the logo. It was already finished. For the other ones here, no, but I've recently had another one that had an incredible logo already finished. The logo, most capsule artists will do the logo for you. But remember, most of the people working with capsule art are illustrators, not designers. And that is not the same thing. So, they might be willing to do the logo because you need it, because you want their help. But it is not what they're specialized. So, whenever a client comes to me and they already had a logo that a designer friend made, or that they hired a designer to do, they ask me, can you make something better? I can try, but it'll probably not be as good as if they just hired a designer. So remember, the people doing art are not the same people doing logos. They're different areas of study. So if you want something even more premium, hire somebody to do your logo, then hire somebody to do your capsule and use that logo. And they can actually use that logo to develop a style on top of it. So, you know, if you have previous things, concept art, if you had character designs or models already prepared, share it with the artist. It will be very helpful. If you already have references of movies you like, other Steam capsules you like, always share them with the artist. Now, you're gonna make a Steam capsule either because you're not hiring somebody, or you are an artist and you just hired somebody, or you have your own personal project, you've been hired by somebody, or you have a personal project that is a game that's going to Steam. You want to make it. What is the process? Well, I'll link below a template. The template is this one. This one. I think there is a link here somewhere. We stumble upon it. I'll show it, but the link will be on the description of this video so you can download this specific Steam Capsule template. I'm not sure who made it, but it will be on the link. So here, it's a lot of images. Again, I think it's way more than the number I said, because a lot of them are optional. Essentially, the ones that we need, the ones that the client is going to need, are these. So, here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 images that compose the core Steam Capsule. You'll have these, okay? First thing that you're gonna do when you grab a Steam Capsule, you're gonna talk to the client. And if you're the client, you're gonna talk to the artist. Really try to figure out what the game is about. Who is the game trying to reach? Is it a more hardcore audience? Is it a more casual audience? You might need to adapt the art style to fit it. If you're hiring somebody, you might be looking for an artist with a natural style that fits that game. Or maybe you just know that the artist is very flexible. For example, I'm flexible. I can work with super dark styles. I can work with cutesy creatures. And I'm fine with that. Not all artists are. So, you know, if you are going to hire, if you love somebody's work, but you think that, damn, I love their work, but it's not the style they typically do, should I ask them? You can, but have that conversation before. It's gonna save you heartache and headache. So yeah, style is a very important thing. You're gonna want to figure that out, have everything set on what they're gonna need, everything that needs to be on the capsule, communicate that. Say, I want the main character to be in the capsule, so the artist has, and everything from that point. Have everything communicated. Say who the target audience is, what the first impression you want. I want this to be a game that is scary. I want this to be an epic game. Let the artist know. It is important. If you're the artist, be sure to ask those questions. Ask for keywords. And then separate a reference board. Show the client a reference board if you need that is necessary, so they can give their opinion about your references. That is all very important. So, after that, the first thing you're going to do is work on thumbnails. This is not a video to talk about illustration process, detail, like I'm not going to be explaining everything about how you should be doing an illustration, but for clients, an illustration has a few steps. They're going to be doing initial explorations. If you're a client, you are unlikely to see those explorations. But let's create a little file here, so just so I can scribble it. If you're an artist, do a lot of these, okay? Like 12 of these is great. They're just quick sketches, you know? Sketch the idea, you know? There'll be a logo here, and then you have a scared character key. Oh, I'm scared. And they're holding like a lamp close to the logo. And they have a big pauldron because they're Space Marine. And so let's do a Space Marine here. You know, and the gun is showing up because the game is about this super cool gun. You'll do those sketches in a style that makes sense to you, something that you can understand, but a lot, just drop in ideas. Then you go to thumbnails. Thumbnails are the classic these. They are the visualization. They are light and dark. You have that organization that we talked about, that contrast that is very important for Steam Capsules. You will work on it here. Every decision about the positioning of things. Again, you will notice this one is done thinking of the main capsule, thinking of this one, which is, you know, this one. Hey, thank you, Dread Templar, for showing up on the video. Let's go here for Resident Evil. You know, think of this proportion. So this is the first one. You'll work on this, do these sketches, you will do the thumbnails. So you'll do the thumbnails, these first ones, and you'll show the clients, and then think, yeah, this one is the one that speaks the most. In this case, Mars and Fire, choose this one down here. Then you'll want to test colors. Sometimes you have a very set idea of colors, go with that. Sometimes you might not have them. Either the artist or the client wants to explore a little more, so you do a few options. Sometimes you can mix them. For example, here we mixed D with the strong red of C, and we got, you know, a very strong red in the middle with this interesting color contrast that we already had on the other ones. Also, we really like how the light is hitting here, this kind of red standout thing, so we included quite a bit of it on the final image. You'll see a lot of it, that leaking light is here. So that's it, the process. You'll start by doing this, then you'll test out the colors. But the colors might come out after another step, actually. Because after you do this, okay, we chose this, we have an idea of the main capsule. What do you do next? This is the tricky part. This is the part where I say it becomes harder for AI to replicate. Because you will start with that image, right? Let's say, let's do an example with exactly that one. The one from the SS Destiny disaster. Let me grab one of those, just a print screen here. Real quick from the other screen. So, this is the original file. Let's say I was doing another one of these. So, I was doing this one. You can turn off the logo, of course, because typically you'll do them on a separate layer. You'll see here on the template that you're going to download, there's this option to import the artwork, but I won't be using them right now. I'm not sure they work from the file, maybe it's the version I have, but okay. So you're going to have this, and it's going to be ready for this one. And here, all the ones that have the logo are the ones you should put the logo on. I won't be teaching you how to use the template here, but that's the idea. So, done. You pass the first thumbnail here. Let's merge it. Okay. In this step, the artists are going to take this and start to adjust it to each of the proportions, but sometimes, actually most of the time, you are going to have to explore here. You're gonna have to expand the image to fit. And this is a very difficult thing for anything not human to do. Because we gotta, you know, make it work in everything, and we not gotta conserve the things that already work. You don't want to lose it. And you're gonna do this for all of them and keep, you know, wait, where's the pile? Hey, you're gonna expand it, so you're gonna now paste it here, you see, and it gets a weird shape. Oh, now we gotta expand it to the other side. Maybe we wanna expand it here now. No, you wanna expand it backward. Just checking if we're recording the right thing, yeah. So, we'll keep expanding the image. When you're done with this, what you're gonna do, you create a new file. No, a very high resolution file. I won't do it here because I need. And you will go to each of these extremes, the farthest brush stroke you make. Good. So from this, you started from your thumbnail here. This was the original thumbnail, this rectangle right here. Look how much we expanded. Now, you know, when you have this, you'll send all these versions to the client with the logo if it's already available, so they can check it and they're gonna say, okay, I like that. Once that's approved, we go here. We go here. In this step, it's the sketch. You might be doing it from zero, you might be able to do it on top. That's completely up to your process, but you will complete this image. It might not be perfect in terms of perspective, it might not be perfect in terms of how much it actually makes sense, just because you're gonna be adding things, but remember, whatever you're having to complete here, it won't be showing up in the final product. It will be showing up in your portfolio, but it won't be showing up in the final product because you know exactly all the things that you already painted here, you're gonna know. So you'll complete, you'll do a sketch. Let's see if I have an example here of the process. No, I don't think I do. Oh yeah, of course I do. If we go here, all the color thumbnails, this is how the thing was looking when I finished the sketch. I did the sketch, it was like this, and then after we looked at we got to colors that we were satisfied, I went here and I finished. So you see a lot of texture here, they were not present here on the sketch. So that's it. You're gonna develop the sketch. If this client likes the sketch, it's all good. Test the colors. Once the colors are tested, finish it up. That is the process. That's how you do it. This template will be very helpful. Remember, the ones that have the Steam Capsule logo here, they are the ones that you have to put the actual game logo. If they don't have it, you don't need to. For example, here, event cover. The event cover does not need the game logo. The library hero, which is the library hero, is this one, okay? This big one, they don't need it. Why? Because they'll have the logo here. Another extra information. I'm not sure if they can choose to put it on the right, but I know they can choose to put it either here on the left or in the middle, the logo. See, let me see if I can remember a game that has it right on the middle. Let's see here. Here, No Man's Sky, right in the middle. You see? Assassin's Creed Unity in the left. So they're separate images, but you can choose. So when you're planning this, make sure to have some contrast for the logo. So if you have like a bright logo, have a dark part here in the middle or in the left where that logo can be placed. That is very important, very nice. Let me show you here what we did for red light, for example. The logo, I don't have it on my library, weird. Let's show you. I got the game here, red light. I know at least the, oh, here, the red light demo. Add to library. Oh, I played the demo, why is it not here? Red light demo here. See, it's on the middle, so if we had placed it on the left, it would have been needed to be the white, bright version. Since we could put it on the middle, we just left the original version and it looks perfect. Super fitting here. So that's basically it. That is the process. Those are a few tips. If you have specific doubts, you can write them here on the comments and I'll be sure to answer them once I'm able to, and I'll maybe make another video again. This channel here, I'll be doing the videos in a unedited format, so I might be taking 20 minutes to answer your question and I'll just post it like that, or I'll just answer it in text. If you have a doubt and you see another person has asked it in the comments, maybe I'll have already text answered it if it's something simple. But that's pretty much it. Put the things here. Be sure to have contrast. Another thing, there is no problem. Like, let's say this logo wasn't showing up too much here. What do I do now? You can edit the image. Once the art is finished, you can shift it to your need here. Shift it to your need so it works. If you think there isn't enough contrast, come on, just paint over it. No problem. Your final product, remember it, your final product here is not your artwork. If you're the person painting it, it's not your artwork. The final product is the capsule. It is the image the person is going to see. That is the thing that is going to show up in here. No, if it's not here, you don't super have to worry about it. If you're more worried of keeping the original art instead of making it look good here, you're worried about the wrong thing. You want your client to be sure these are perfect. Oh, there was another great example, but I can't show you that one yet because it is not public. But yeah, that's it. Those are the tips. That is the overall guide. I can go in more specifically, step by step, in other videos if you're interested. But that is it. I hope that's the information. If you had doubts about hiring an artist, you know how much they should charge, how much you can offer them, how you should approach them. Those are the tips. If you wanted to know how to pick an artist, how to make a more informed decisions, look for that contrast. Look for experience with capsule art. If you have searched for an artist and you found one that you love, hire them. And once you hire them, what information should you give to them? Well, give them all your references, all of the assets you already have, as much information as you can give them. If you can allow them to playtest the game, that might be helpful. That was super helpful for me in plenty of games I worked on. I played them before. I had the experience. I know what had to show up in the capsule. Tell them if something needs to be evident in the capsule. Tell them. If you're working on a capsule, if you've been hired, use the template, follow it. Keep your client updated. Show them. Ask their opinion. Don't skip things. Don't go ahead and do it. Don't skip to the next step and start doing it because they haven't replied yet. Sometimes it just saves your time to wait and to get their feedback. If they have a team, you can tell them, can you share this with your team too? Let me know what their opinions is. It's often super helpful. Ask your friends. If you have friends and your client is okay with you showing them, ask them. What do you think about this game? If this was the capsule for the game, which one, and you show them, tell me, which one you think would sell them? Which one would you think you were more likely to click? What genre you think this game is? Do you think this is an action game? Does this capsule make you feel scared? Ask the right questions to people and they might be helpful to guide you on what needs to be changed. That was pretty much it. I thank you very much for the attention. If you need a Steam Capsule, I hope you got the tips you need. My contact will be on the description if you think you would like me to make the Steam Capsule. Again, I'm very adaptable to projects. I have been on a bit of a rush in terms of work, so I might not be able to take every single project with a short deadline, but I sometimes able, so just ask it. But those are the tips. Find the artist you need. I hope everybody is happy. If you're gonna start working on a Steam Capsule now and you need help, if you want some feedback, be sure to send me a message. I'll try to help you out. That's it. This is a very casual, again, unedited, so you're gonna have me lolling a lot, saying a lot. That's part of it. That's it. Hope I was helpful. See you in the near future. Or not. Maybe this will likely be the only video you'll ever watch. But if it's helpful, it's helpful.